everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Sorcery! Almost forgot the name of the game. I've just literally finished recording a session of Pillars of Eternity. Whilst I have some time on my hands this evening, after I've finished moving furniture about and whatnot, and I've had no football today because it was cancelled, I thought, you know what, I'm going to try and get at least 2 or 3 sessions recorded so I can give you something to watch over the weekend. Try and get some bloody regularity back to things in and amongst all of the upheaval that's going on. Anyway, so here we are, still broke, still with 2 rations, and a little bit worse for wear after our brush with some wolf thing. But we're still alive. Touch wood. We're going to move on because we can almost smell Kare. It's just around the corner. One more village lies between us and that. So we're going to go beyond Biritanti and their festival of children. You rise early from your spot beneath the tree. As you gather your things, Jan, our new companion, leaps up and onto Heinrich's shoulder. "Ready to go," he chirps. You rejoin the path on the far side of Biritanti. The sun sits on the horizon like a gleaming jewel. If all goes well, you will reach Torapani today, the last village in the Shamutanti Hills. After a short climb, the path breaks, heading uphill to the left and downhill to the right. Now, weren't we warned about Torapani, or something was going on? The innkeeper in this last village we were in said something about the place and then kind of bit his tongue and said, oh, no, whatever he said, kind of brushed it off. So, yeah, we should really be on our guard. And the way it says, the last village before our destination, something's going to go down there, I'm telling you. I'm almost tempted to bypass it if we can. But there could be money there, there could be gold, there could be spell items. Anyway, we're going to ask Jan for his advice as to which path we should take. "Which way, Jan?" Heinrich asks. "To the right is a forest. To the left is going easier. The path heads through a field of black flowers to Torapani." "Ah, anything else?" you demand suspiciously. "Nothing," protests the creature. "And that's a fine way to talk to your guide. I'm not charging you for my advice, you know." You'll get no more from the creature. With Torapani so close, it hardly matters which way you go, surely. Well, black flowers, easier route. Do we trust Jan? We've only known him for a day. He's a cute little creature. He's not done us any harm so far. We'll trust him for now and go the easier route. Although we're still a gorilla. We accept danger and misfortune. But we wouldn't go necessarily seeking danger for the hell of it. No, we'll go left. "We go left," you decide. "Good choice," Jan replies. The path slopes gently downwards through shrubby forest and across patches of dry, weary earth. The Shamutanti Hills are relatively verdant compared to the backlands beyond the Jabajay River, and you can see the influence of that desolation already creeping into the soil, like a spreading infection. Then, as you crest a rise, a powerful, pleasant smell reaches your nostrils, and you see off to your right a path through a field of beautiful black flowers. Yeah, what does Jan know about these flowers? "Who knows? Who cares?" chirps the Minimite, dancing about on your shoulder impatiently. "This is the shortest path to Torapani. Do you want to get there or not?" Okay, he seems to be in a bit of a rush to get to Torapani, doesn't he? Try using magic. For what reason? For what reason indeed? "I'll see what I can find out for myself," you tell the creature. "Good luck with that," Jan replies. You clear your mind, trying to ignore the smell rising from the field, and ready a spell. It's going to cost us some stamina. We're not exactly high on stamina, so unless there's like something that really jumps out on us, we're not really going to use anything. Right, we... H... U... F... creates a wind. Can't do that just yet. So we got S spells. S... U... S... sense danger. That seems like a very good spell to use right now. There could be something suspicious going on with these sweet-smelling flowers. What kind of flowers are black? Flowers are usually colourful and vibrant, are they not? You could go with Nif, creates a stench. Nah, doesn't seem to fit the bill, does it? No Nifs here other than sweet-smelling flowers, and we'll just try M just to make sure. Mag, protect from magic. No, I'm thinking Sus is probably the best bet. Just make sure there's nothing amiss ahead of us. You weave the spell, but although you feel yourself weaken, nothing happens. Jan shakes his little head. Very sorry to have to tell you this, but there's no point trying your magic while I'm around. I'm afraid minimites and magic don't mix. Is he suppressing our spells? The past 3 spells that we've used have not been effective. The past 3 spells we have used, we cast the spell to create gold when that at the waterfall. It didn't do anything. We cast the jig on the wolf. It didn't do anything. We've cast Sus now to sense danger. There might not be danger there, but it hasn't done anything. Jan is telling us there's no point trying your magic while I'm around. Is he suppressing our magical ability? As much as I like this creature, if he's suppressing our magical ability, he needs to go. And pretty sharpish. It's rendering us magically inept. Shaking off your unease, you head onward into the field of curling black flowers. This does not look good at all. The smell of their blossoms gets sweeter as you move further in. It makes you feel giddy and light-headed. You start to skip and jump with merriment, and Jan is likewise full of glee. Your head is swimming, and we turn back quickly. This is obviously not good. Jan was getting overly excited. There was something suspicious. He's saying the left path is very easy. We can't use magic to sense danger. This is screaming bad to me right now. Really screaming bad. We don't have our protection from our spirit in case we need any urgent assistance. This is where we turn back. You consider turning back, but when you turn, it is only to turn on the spot and throw your hands up into the sky, which is a wonderful shade of blue. Oh no, we can't. We've got too far in. The smell has overcome us. And we have a sudden urge to dance. Everything in the air, the smell, the movement, the velvet colour makes you want to dance. You throw down your possessions and unfasten your cumbersome sword so you can move more freely. Then your hand hits something. It is a skeleton. He has blossoms between his bare jaws and more blossoms clasped in his bone grip. He bears no injuries, but there is not a scrap of skin on him. He seems he came here and simply would not leave. But we surely must leave. We must fight this. We must fight this delirium, and we must leave before we end up in the same state. No, you lie back amongst the blossoms. No, we don't lie back. Heinrich, come on, snap out of it. You gather a few flowers and squeeze the sap from them as droplets into your eyes. No! What are you doing? Okay, this could be a trick. If we try to run, we stay. So how about we try to stay so we run? You stretch out, inhaling deeply the black lotus's soulful aroma. The Black Death fills you with such a joy that all your troubles are forgotten as you slip into a deep, wonderful sleep. No, we're dead. We must be dead. I don't believe it. Oh! We ended up dead in a field of black flowers, and we realised it was very, very, very dangerous. I think one step too late. That's evil. Evil. Evil, evil, evil. Okay. Right, now apparently there is a rewind feature. There is a rewind feature which I'm hoping we can use now. Or is it too late? Do you have to use the rewind feature before you die? Let's have a look how this works. No decision is permanent. Click the rewind button at any time if you wish to scroll back and try a different path. Right, so we have died. So let's roll back then. Field of black flowers. Scroll left and right to rewind. Okay. See, I actually do want to go back here again, but I want to turn back at an earlier point and see if that does anything. So, let's get to there. How do we do this? No. Scroll back. Scroll back to there. Beyond Biritanti. Yes. So we asked Jan for his advice. He obviously lures us into a trap, so now we know that Jan is an evil little bastard. He doesn't want to give any more of the game away, and so we go left to the field of black flowers. You go left and blah de blah. You ask Jan about the flowers. Who cares? Who turns? Dancing around impatiently. We try to use magic. It doesn't work. We get a sneaky suspicion things aren't right. Can we turn back at an earlier point, or are we still stuck at this moment in time? Oh, apparently we were given a warning at some point about Black Lotus. That's the trouble when you play a game with as much, like this. It's a lot of reading and information to take in a fragmented manner. Is that you can't remember what you were told 3 or 4 days ago, which is effectively what it is when I last played it. Yeah, we were told about the Black Lotus apparently, and yeah, Field of Black Flowers, Black Lotus, bit deadly. Heinrich maybe having a bit of a premonition about walking in and sniffing flowers and squeezing droplets into his eyes, having a premonition and thinking, no, hang on just a second. Hang just a second on here. They're going the other way, you tell Jan, turning back and heading downhill once more. The Minimite complains, but he does not leave your shoulder. Good. We take the path through the forest instead. You climb a rise. The way is not too steep, and as noon approaches, you have crested the ridge and are descending yet again. You are now at the highest point of the hills, where the trees are thin, the view west goes on forever, and sometimes you catch a glimpse of Kare on the northern horizon. We have 2 rations. We're close to Kare. We're a little bit scratched and wounded, and we haven't eaten for a couple of days. I think it's time to chow down on some rations. Taking a brief pause, you eat the old man's nourishing bomba fruit and feel better for it. Then you continue along your path. Jan is in a talkative mood over the worst of his headache from the last night's drinking, and fills the air round with his chatter about what he can see, and how things smell, and what he plans to do once he makes his fortune in Kare, and all this while Heinrich, having had a rather strange premonition about black flowers of death, is suddenly taking a dislike to this creature. You pass from the open hillside into a patch of deep forest. Quite suddenly, Jan falls quiet and hisses in your ear. Stop! Stop now! Why? Because, insists the creature in a tiny voice, because something is following us. You come to a dead stop. Jan is right. Something is moving through the trees behind you. A moment later, a point of steel has emerged from the darkness between two trees and touches your neck. You've seen me, whispers a voice. I know it. I see nothing, you call back. You are quite safe. It is not I who is not safe, returns the voice. Who's there? There is no reply, but the tall, dark figure of an assassin emerges from the trees. He is dressed head to toe in black, and you had not seen him a moment before, even though he had been standing a mere arm's length away. He wields a sharp scimitar in expert hands. Cast a spell, of course. There's no point. There's no point of casting a spell because we have a flipping Minimi who seems to suppress our magical abilities. Right, we're going to try and cast Zap, a lightning spell, which we've not used yet. But we won't be hasty. We won't be hasty. We'll just check what else we can cast. Can we cast anything else? K? No. W? Walk. That gives us a shield. But I need a gold piece for that. Fix. Need a staff of oak sapling for that one. It's got to be a jolt of lightning, hasn't it? A jolt of lightning. Here it comes. Okay, so actually this is where he tells us outright that Minimites are protected by an aura. Can't cast magic while he's nearby. Yeah, well, we figured that from the situation with the black flowers. Right then, so we are fighting an assassin, and we have no idea exactly how things are going to go. Is he going to defend for the first turn, or is he going to launch an attack? If he launches an attack, we're going to start this and go right out for the full blown, the full mashings. Try and get the upper hand as quickly as possible, and hope that he doesn't defend. Boom, baby, boom. The assassin nods at you, taps two fingers against his chest, and then takes his position. You measure the weight of your sword, then bring it up to deliver a cleaving blow. The assassin turns his curved sword about, but he cannot stop your blade. You knock the assassin staggering into a tree. He seems more surprised than hurt. Should we follow up again with another attack? No. Should we let him regain his composure? Is he going to have enough momentum to attack with more than 4.5? These are all questions we don't know. We'll play it safe and defend. You drop yourself into a crouch and he hangs back and watches you without emotion. See, with him being an assassin and a proficient fighter, he doesn't seem to be giving too much away with his actions as to what he's going to do. Fights that we've had in the past, we can get an inkling as to what our enemy is doing by them giving the game away. He is obviously far more skilled in masking his potential next move, isn't he? Right, we're off again. He's got full ability. He's got full ability here. But we've got no choice. We can't judge whether... It's either... In a situation like this, it's either all out or nothing. You know, we can't use a jab or a lower attack because we can't tell what he's going to do. So it's either... We either defend and take a blow, or we try and see if he's going to use less than... I got a feeling he's going to use a big attack here. I really do. Should we defend again? Kind of talking myself into defending now. I expected him to do an attack. of more than 6. Okay, I'm going to defend again. Oh, look at that. He circles away. You hold firm and keep up your defence. This is a proper jousting session here. We're eyeing each other up, nobody wanting to commit. Well, screw this. Thrust! And he defends again! Time to attack. Or so you think. You rush forward with a deep, heavy slash, but the impact clangs against his turned sword. He grins. He is left breathless, but otherwise unharmed. Closing his eyes, the assassin murmurs a quick prayer as he sets his stance. He's obviously going to attack now, and we really don't have any inkling as to what he's going to do. We only can use 4.5. We must defend. He goes with a full-blooded 8-pointer. You whip up your defences as he powers forward, but it only tires him out. You are mostly unharmed. The assassin spins his sword about to shift the sword across his body, which means to me he's going to defend. So we are just going to use a very simple light attack. 0.1. Jab. Oh! We should have used 1. I was going to use 1 initially, and I thought, no, I'll be cocky and just use a very, very minimal force. And we've suffered 2 wounds as a result of that idiocy. The assassin laughs. With your blade close, you are ready to parry as he catches you with a passing slice across your cheek. Sinler, forgive you, he declares as he swings. The impact of the swing catches you in the side. As he pulls the blade clear, he lifts you from the floor and kicks you in the stomach. He swivels his grip. The weapon sings as it moves. Oh God, this is a tough one, is this? This is a tough one. But we're angry. We are angry. He's sliced our cheek. He's kicked us on the floor. Ah! Counter! Yes! Boom! Acting quickly, you swing a masterful swipe, but the blow you land is only minor because the assassin has adjusted his stance swiftly. Blood drips from the assassin's tunic. He curses under his breath. Breathing deeply, he whispers a mantra as he readies his blade. He's attacking again. He's only used very small attacks, and therefore he's still got a little bit more to give. I don't think we can attack him with 4.4 and expect to come out of it on top. Defend! You ready yourself to block. As he attempts a strong stroke, you parry as best you can. The assassin laughs appreciatively. He flicks the blade through the air, crouching as he moves. Right. We're going to go kind of middle of we're going to go 2.5 here. Sideswipe! Yes! Leaping into action, you sting with your blade, low and fast, saving your energy, but his own move is fast and careful, and he's able to parry. The assassin's breath is coming in short gasps. He closes his eyes for a moment to steady himself. My duty is to sever your head from your neck, the assassin says in a voice as cold as polished marble. You will not hold me from it! I think he's still got more than 5.6. Right, 1 more defend and then 1 more full attack should do it. Oh, maybe we could have used it, but we'll take the hit. You duck down in a low stance as he tries a deep slice, but you roll out of the way mostly unhurt. He nods to you wisely. The assassin raises a sword above his head. Crouching as he moves, he's going for a big blow, but ours will surely be bigger as we commit to a thrust. And down he goes! Fainting left, you dive forward with a deep, heavy blow. He's off balance and moving slowly, and the blade goes deep. He turns and tumbles, releasing his sword as he topples. I am not so proud as to not admit when I am beaten, he groans. You may finish me if you so choose, but if you do me an honour and use my own blade. What the hell is a flippin' assassin doing out here? Anyway, shameful. 5 stamina lost, but we are still alive. Finish him and search his body. He's asked for it. He attacked us. And we need coin. With a single blow, you finish the assassin. He dies with his lips pursed in silent prayer, not cursing you, but commanding his own soul to a better place. You rifle his body for a measly 3 gold pieces, then continue on the path out of the woods and onto a dusty hillside. Jan, for a brief while, says nothing. Perhaps he is shocked, but the blissful silence doesn't last for long. As we leave the trees. How much longer do you think we'll be travelling today? The Minimite on your shoulder asks. I'm hungry and tired. We've gone such a long way. Be silent. The Minimite complains. You continue along the path and around the side of a hill. A wooden hut is set into the slope, with an old woman sitting on the front step. A river seems to emerge from beneath her. As you get closer, you realise the water flows underneath her house, and the house itself is set on splayed struts like an insect straddling the watercourse. A few paces from the front of the house, the water plunges over the edge of a sheer cliff and disappears. An old woman. One should not be frightened of old women, should they? Greetings, you call. The woman looks up at you and smiles. Come over here, won't you? She calls. I can barely see you. Again, I'm getting a serious uneasy feeling here. I don't know what it is, but I'm getting a seriously uneasy feeling. Almost, it sounds like a sixth sense. Maybe I'm being overly cautious. You know, everything in this game is not out to get you. But there are times when things just don't seem right. Nonetheless, the gorilla in him can't help but approach this old woman. You approach the old... Oh God, this is death number 2, folks. You approach the old woman. She smiles a toothless smile and gets up from the step. Come in, please, she beckons. I get so lonely living out here on my own away from the villages. Oh, thank you. Do you do tea? Oh, look at her. She looks very homely. Is that an insult? I don't know. Oh! I'll bring us some tea, she says. Lovely. She sounds almost nervous. Hurrying into the kitchen, she returns with 2 large cups. Watch it, Jan whispers in your ear. I don't trust this one. No, neither do I. Make conversation. I don't think I fancy tea all of a sudden. Perhaps, yes, I've just forgot I'm allergic to tea. Make conversation instead. The tea is still hot. You cup it between your hands as you speak. Why do you live here alone? Must be more dangerous. Oh, she smiles sweetly. No one bothers about me. Why would they? You can't help but notice she has not answered the question. Yes, what's your name? They call me Gazamoon, she replies with a smile. I used to be quite well known in my way. You nod, but you have never heard of her. Yes, this is a beautiful place, you remark. Watching the river outside, the door plunging away over the cliff face. This is the top of the crystal waterfall, she says. The river runs right under my house. They say it carries all my goodness and youth away while I sleep, and the villagers bathe in it for luck. She giggles meanly. I'm sure it isn't quite true. You make to sip your tea when the old woman stops you, catching your arm before the cup reaches your lips. Oh, she says suddenly. I've forgotten the pot. She goes back to the kitchen to fetch it, and we switch cups. Oh, no! While she's away from the table, you switch. When she returns, you lift the one closest to you and drink. A sudden deep pain grips your stomach, and you double over, dead. Oh, we're not dead just yet. You wince and cough as you find yourself seizing up. Oh, suspicious stranger, laughs the woman. I can count on travellers suspecting my witchcraft. Please, release me. You try to shout, but you are paralysed and quite powerless. The old woman begins to search through your bag. Jan flits about in some distress, unsure what to do. Then, with a coo of delight, she pulls out the spellbook page you were given by the old man in the tree. "My book!" she cries. "The missing page! Why didn't you tell me you had my missing spell?" She scurries off into the kitchen and returns with a cup of liquid which she pours into your half-open mouth while clucking and stroking your head. It's an antidote, and you feel your body slowly unfreeze. Finally, she slaps you to bring you around. Holy mackerel! That book, that missing page has just saved us. Without that, we would probably have died of some poisoning. But she now thinks we're here to help her, I think. Who was the old man? No, don't give the game away. What is the spell? You ask. It's a spell of pest repulsion. You've no idea how useful it is around here. She shakes her head. 4 days ago I was visited by a traveller such as yourself, but when I was away making my tea, as I always do, he started leafing through my book and tore out a page. He must have been a wizard of power, because he vanished almost too fast for me to curse him. Curse him? What curse did you cast? Well, you saw him, she replies. I aged him. Didn't stop him escaping, though. She fusses with the page, repairing her spellbook with some gentle magic. Shall I show you how useful the spell is? She says. Yes. She may cast it on Jan. My pleasure. I told you. Jan begins to squeal and screech and make some awful noises about what he'll do if he ever catches up with you again, but it doesn't stop the old lady from casting her spell. The Minimite vanishes. You feel a flow of magic back through your body. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I had a bad feeling about him ever since that awful dream I had last night. The old woman nods her head and you leave her hut. Oh my god, this game just gets better and better. I am absolutely really enjoying the writing of this and the adventure. It is just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I just love the way all the different things play out together. Like having that book page there has probably just saved us a second death. And then she's now, because of the information we know about Jan and that he's stopping our magic, we've used her, asked her to get rid of a pest, and she's got rid of Jan for us, which is happy days. Anyway, our next destination is Torapani, where actually I was expecting Torapani to cause the problems, not the route to Torapani. But anyway, it's been an eventful session, so I think we'll end it there. Join me next time as we shall head to Torapani and hopefully not die for a second time. So until then, we'll see you soon.